All right, we're gonna go there and get started. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Ilatah by Shem Yahshua to the sisters. This is the Isupk. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. I'm Officer 50 Karam Shak. I'm going to be going at it, taking over for Officer Tawagabard for the night. Basically, what we're going to get into is brotherhood. You know, people don't realize that, we are who we are. We're, the children of the Most High. So since we're the children of the Most High, of course, we're going to go through problems. We're going to go through afflictions. We're going to go through certain things. And when first thing people do whenever they go through something is like to blame the next person. We have to stop doing that. Especially, you blaming your brother instead of your oppressor. Salakia, if somebody may, can I get Matthew 18 and 15? Like, we got to learn how to stop blaming, our own people, and we got to learn how to love our own people. How to, do right by our own people. Treat everyone accordingly. All of your brothers, all your sisters, treat everyone accordingly. Do right by them, and the main thing, love. A lot of people don't know what love is. They don't know how to love, which I get. But now, getting in this class, getting in this truth, it's time to find out. So, like, if I get that, for sure.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Now, this is talking about if your brother do something against you, to trespass against you. He might have, stole from you or something. Might have, just did anything to trespass against you. He might have, broken your house, took everything that, that he could take, that he could fit in his pockets or whatever. It's whatever the case may be, he trespassed against you. So this scripture is talking about if your brother, Salakia, can you read it one more time?
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Now go tell him his faults. Now, if he trespassed against you, what you want to do, you want to go and sit down with that brother, talk to him because you have an ought with him. You have a problem with him. So what you want to do is go sit down and talk to that brother and get an understanding from that brother, and hopefully he understands you. Go ahead and read on.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
If he hears you, meaning if he understands where you coming from, if he's listening to you, you have gained a brother. You have, y'all all this put to the side. Y'all, shake hands, squash the beef, and most importantly, y'all get to, loving each other again. Read on.
But if he will not hear thee,
what will happen? Like,
then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established.
So if he don't hear you, which in the Isupk, our brothers, of course, we're gonna hear each other. We're gonna, it's gonna be some times where brothers have a miscommunication or something, but we're gonna hear each other out and get over it. That's what we do. That's what brotherhood is. That's what love is. We love each other. So if he doesn't hear you, Salakia, can you read that last part for me one more time?
Verse 16.
Come.
But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established.
Now, if he doesn't hear you, what you want to do, you want to get counsel, or you want to have other brothers there to come with you because y'all having the ought so badly, right? You want to have another brother or 2 or 3 more brothers come with you. That way, every word could be counted for. Everything that y'all say to each other, brothers is gonna hear it, and you're gonna decide from that who's wrong. Keep reading.
Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church.
Now, if he neglect to hear you, now you have to go to council. So when you go into council, he basically doesn't. Since you're going to council, your brother doesn't understand where you're coming from. You still have it's a heavy heart weighing on you about your brother and everything. He just doesn't understand you, right? Keep reading.
But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen.
Now, if he goes to the let's say we in a school. If he goes to the school and goes to council and he doesn't hear the councilman, now we have a right to treat that brother accordingly and as a heathen. Keep reading. Salaki.
Let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
Salaki, what verse are you?
Oh, I was at the end of 17.
Oh, okay.
I was at 17.
Oh, okay. Can you skip down to verse 21? Now, when your brother trespasses against you, right? We have to learn how to forgive. We have to learn how to forget, right? Now, only with your brother, you don't forget anything else, of course, but just with your brother, you have to forgive him, and get over it. No holding, no ill wills toward him, no none of that. So, like, if you could skip down to verse 21 for me.
Verse 21. Then came Peter to them and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
Now, this is Peter going to the Most High, or so like going to Christ, and he asking him, how often shall my brother sin against me? And basically, the Lord, he went ahead and gave him a cut. So, like, can you keep reading?
Verse 22. Yahweh saith unto him, I say unto thee, until seven times, but until 70 times 7.
So this is Christ, or Peter went ahead and went to Christ and asked him, how often shall my brother sin against me? Seven times before, he asked him, like, why do I got to keep forgiving him? Basically, in my words, all the time, right? And Christ said, no, you don't forgive him 7 times. You forgive him 70 times 7, right? And that just means you have to have a continuous forgiveness for your brother, because your brother don't know what he's doing. He doesn't know not what he do. So we have to, have continuous forgiveness, and as well as the sisters too. If you have a with a sister, of course you go to your Adawan and you go ahead and get that hashed out. But you cannot let it boil over. You cannot let it hold in, because that that intertwines with your love for that person, for that brother or sister. And it's just gonna become bad. I'm telling you. Salaki, if I could get 1 John chapter 4, 4 verse 20. Baba Kasha.
The book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Now, if a man says, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. Why is he a liar? Because how can, like the scriptures finna say, how could you love the Most High who you have not seen, but hate your brother who you have seen? That doesn't go together. You have to always, have love for your brother. You have to always, put these laws, statutes, commandments into effect. So, like, go ahead, Swap.
Like you said too, like see your brother is like, you know what I'm saying, also seeing like the programming that we give, because a lot of times when we have our altercations with each other,
right?
Like one brother may know the right road of doing stuff, but the other brother may still be in the dark, you know what I'm saying, because the oppression that we under, because the way we've been taught to go against each other, he might not know that right road,
Right.
So we have to see his condition and understand where he's at to help him out, and that's where the continuous forgiveness comes, because that brother has to learn. If he gets to the point to where you're showing him the truth, then he denies it, and that's when you got to see, okay, this brother is just refusing to change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's we got to have passion on and see the conditions we under, because a lot of brothers don't know. They was raised to rob, kill, and steal against their own.
Right.
That's what's right in their brain, because that's the kind of tool that they came up under. They don't know no better.
Right.
Yeah, that's just going in on what you're saying.
What like the brother was saying was heavy, because like he was saying, we don't know what that brother knows, so that's where the forgiveness come in. You have to, because you don't know what, we can't read minds or anything. We don't know what he knows. We don't know what he's going through. So we always have to forgive that brother, so like, if you could keep reading for me, 1 John 4 and 20.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
And then you haven't seen God, right? But you seen your brother. You have to always love your brother, because that's the most important, it's the second most important commandment there is to love your brother as thyself. With that, you basically, you got it. We can stop murdering, we can stop killing each other, we can stop selling weed, we can stop selling all these drugs and doing all these type of wicked things because we love each other. We love our brothers and we love our sisters. We have to come back into the Most High's grace. We have to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, because if we don't, then we're just going to continue to be destroyed. We're just going to keep killing each other. We're just going to keep letting the oppressor kill us and saying nothing about it, doing nothing about it. It's we just have to always stick with each other and love each other. Right now we veered off all the way to where we trust the oppressor before we trust each other. That's backwards. Nobody else involves our people, right? Nobody else involves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians until they decision making, until their business. No other nation involves us, but we always seem to want to involve other nations into our business and what we got going on and what we doing and not doing. So that's backwards because it's like, okay, you have love for your oppressor, but you don't have love for your brothers. That don't make sense. We have to just turn it around real quick, switch it up, and have love for each other instead of our oppressor. Salagia, I digress on that. Now it says, "For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen." If you don't love your brother, which is right next to you, you go to war with, you do all these, you chill with and all that, but you got to envy. First of all, let me just get to this. Not loving your brother is something mentally wrong with you. I'm gonna be honest with you because it's like you're envying, since you don't have love for your brother and it's for no reason. If you don't have a reason not to love your brother, then you're just basically a hater. I'm gonna be honest. And that's a huge problem because we have to stop trying to envy each other and try to do right by each other and come back. So like it. If I may, can I get Matthew 25 and 40? So like, am I making sense? I just want to make sure. Oh, go ahead, swap.
Even what you were saying right there, and sorry to use a low budget example, but to what you're saying too, that's what the world does. The world is confusion. Like that's what like on the streets, when I used to on the streets and gang bang.
Right.
They always have to get along homies about getting into it with each other. Like we on the front line, warring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you gonna hate? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna hate your own? Any house building against yourself ain't gonna stand.
Right.
So why you sit there hating on your brother for whatever reason it may be is stupid because you bring it damage to. We got outside enemies already. You become the cats from inside. You gonna kill them from inside while they come from outside too. Those double weapon that you can't be successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Goddamn cancer.
Then if you can't trust, that's where
Yeah.
that's where the fighting comes from. Because now you know that this brother, he got something towards you, but you didn't do nothing wrong to this brother. Now you can't trust him. Y'all fighting side by side. Now it's like, okay, is you gonna pull the trigger on me or am I pull the trigger on you? It's just a whole bunch of confusion without loving one another, like actually listening to the scriptures. Salagia. Let me see. Now, Salaki, if you could drop that, what I just told you to get, and go to Matthew 5 and 22, Baba Kasha.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 22. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in anger of the judgment.
Now,
shall be in danger of the judgment.
Whosoever is angry with their brother without a cause. Now that ties into me saying like envying. You're jealous, like you a hater. You without a cause, if that brother didn't do anything to you, then you're wrong. Off tops. You're wrong, and you should. And just because you're wrong, you should literally be a man, stand up, gird up thy loins, and go to that brother and him alone and talk to him about whatever is on your heart. Because at the end of the day, we have to stick with each other. We have to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. We have to, just come back to, our nation again, man. Salakia, can you read that for me one more time where you left off?
Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 22. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Now you're gonna just because you got hatred towards your brother without any reason, right? You're putting your safety, your own safety in danger with the Most High. And Salaki, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't want to be in the Most High's bad graces. His wrath in between that. So I love my brother, and I love all my brothers. So we have to, you putting your own life in danger. You about to mess up your chances of getting into the kingdom. You know, and we have to, stop that because, like I said, nobody is forcing no crown on nobody's head, but we are gonna tell you your wrongs. We are gonna tell you your faults, and we are gonna tell you to fix it. Salagia. Uh, keep reading, Baba Kashaw. Let's see.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council.
So if you raise Salagia, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Raqqa is raising war, raging war. If you rage war with your brother for no apparent reason, you're asking to die because you're not gonna. Ain't no way a brother didn't do nothing to you, and you having odds with him, and you mad about whatever he doing and everything. You're gonna die. You know that's why loving thy neighbor or loving thy brother ties in with each other. That's why that's a very big commandment, and that's why we need to come back to it. So, like, if I may, can I get John 13:34?
The book of John, chapter 13, and verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
Now, this is a commandment. This is the Lord telling us that we need to do this. We need to love each other. We need to, love one another. And what he say, Salagia, as he have loved us,
As I have loved you.
gone. That kills it right there. That kills all the angry aggression you have towards your brothers. It should, because it's like you doing this to yourself really, and then you're gonna be tormented by your own thoughts. You're gonna be going through it with yourself because you have an ought with a brother, but you too cowardly to go figure it out or to go talk to that brother. We can't. We're no cowards in here, man, and we have to literally go and seek our brothers for the people who's getting tricked or done wrong with angry brothers for no reason, and you don't know why they hating on you or why they angry towards you. We have to forgive them, because they know not what they do. Now, for the people who's hating, we have to go talk to the brothers that you guys are hating on and get a clear understanding. That way, you guys could gain thy love. You guys gain thy love towards each other. And if everybody literally did that in our nation, we would literally be unstoppable. It's a whole bunch of confusion right now. It's like I don't want to get too far into that topic, but it's a whole bunch of confusion that we we just up under. And we have to veer away from all that. We have to veer away from all of the lies, all of the just so like I don't want to say the wrong words, so like, but we just have to veer off from all the lies that this oppressor is telling us, man. We have to come back to law, statutes, commandments. We have to keep doing our thing with that, and we have to come back to the Isupk because the Isupk started it all out of 1 West 125th Street. Salaki, if I may, can you go ahead and pull, or can you keep reading, Salaki?
That ye also love one another.
Can you go to 13 or can you go through 14? Baba Kashaw?
John 13.
Oh wait, Salaki. My bad. Let me get there with you. Oh yeah, 35, Salaki.
Verse 35. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if ye have loved one to another.
Now, just by your love for one another, you're gonna be shining. You're gonna be having that zeal. You're gonna have that, that peace of mind. Then everybody basically is gonna be hating on you. Everybody's gonna know that you must be, the Most High disciple. You must be his priests, his prophets, because we have to put all this to effect. Now, if you come to the Isupk, come to class and everything, you will be putting it into effect. And that's what we have to get to today. That's loving your brother, because you can't say you love your brother, but still smoking cigarettes, still smoking weed, right? You can't say you love your brother and still, selling crack or whatever to your brother. That's not loving your brother. That you basically you're lying. Salaki, did we bring that out already? Uh, basically, whoever said they love love of God basically is a liar. Salaki, paraphrasing. But yeah, you're basically lying. You have no intentions on telling the truth. That's what we have to get. We have to be shamefaced in this truth. We have to not want to do anything to cause this the truth, or to cause yourself any affliction or any major type of damage when you literally trying to serve the Lord. We have to serve the Lord wholeheartedly, and we have to love our brother. That goes into it, because without your brother, who you got? You ain't got nobody. Salagia, uh, could you pull John 15? Salagia. Okay, yeah. Salagia, John 15 and 12.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you. Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Now, a man is, if you love your brother, you're willing to give up your life for your brother, right? That's the type of love that we need in this kingdom, in this nation. We have to come back and be ready to literally die for our brothers, and be ready, really ready to be on the humility aspect of, if anything go down, I'm gonna jump in front of a bullet for my brother. I'm gonna, go out and, you feel me, ride or die for my brother. We have to be on that type of one accordance. We have to. That's loving your brother. It's not showing it. It's like if somebody may love, can somebody pull love not in word but in deed? It's like it. But yeah, it's not showing it. We have to always show our love, and by showing your love, you would get into class, you would get into the school, and you would do the Lord's work, because that's showing your love. Let me see. Salaki, you got it? Or let me see.
Come on, I got it.
Okay, come,
First John 3:18.
come, the water.
The book of First John, chapter 3 and verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
No, this is the Lord said, "My little children." My is a possessive now. That means He's literally calling us His children. We are the children of the Most High. Salaki, can you start it from right there? My little children.
The book of First John, chapter 3 and verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
So you can't just say, "Oh yeah, I love a brother," or I love anything, or I love the Most High at that. You can't say that. You have to literally put in the work. You have to literally show it. And by showing your brother you love him, it's not having an art with him. By showing the brother you love him, is coming to class and doing by your brother and ready to lay your life down for your brother. Because we risk our life every week for this truth and for our brothers. You know, and we go to camp. We risk our lives. People don't like us, saying what we got to say because they don't like the Bible. But we don't care. I'm gonna be honest. We don't really care about what people like and everything. We love our brothers. We're gonna go right to camp with our brothers. We're gonna, you know, have a good time with our brothers. We're gonna, not be arguing. Not it's no altercation along with it or anything. We're gonna get the job done and get it done right. Sluggy, is that it on that?
You want verse 19?
Sluggy. Let's see. Let me get that.
Verse 19. And hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before Him.
No, and hereby we may know, or it's like it, hereby we know that we are of the truth. So you putting all these things to effect, you putting your love for your brother first, or it's like it putting the love of God first, but the love of your brother second in your life. You know that you are in this truth, man. You know that we're doing right. You know that that you're trying to accomplish something, and that we have an ultimate goal to accomplish, and that's getting into the kingdom. Without that, we're nothing. We have nothing, and we can't rely on our oppressor. Our oppressor been lying to us this whole time. So what's without your brother, who do you really have? When you come into this truth, your relatives hating on you. Your relatives don't like what you talking about. Who you gonna go to? You have to trust in your brother. You have to go to your brother and confide in your brother, because your brother will always have your back in this truth. You know, it's like it. Let's see what I want next. Salaki, I don't think we did Matthew 5:22, but all the way through. Or wait, yes we did. Salaki. Well, yeah, man, we gotta get out of this. Can I get Salaki? Can I get Luke in 6:31? Luke 6:31. Yeah, we gotta get out of just hating our brothers, or just not wanting to be around our brothers, can't stand our brothers. But our brothers in actuality really need us. We need each other for the most part. Salaki. Salaki, you got that?
Okay.
Okay.
The book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. Verse 32. For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them.
The water. Now it says, for if ye love them which love you, what us lucky? What thank have ye? So we have to basically do. If your brother love you and he's showing you the love, then you feel me. You give him the love right back. In better words, in simpler terms, we have to give. We have to show our love. Give it right back. If your brother, especially if he's doing for you, he's showing you, his love for you. We have to give it right back. We gotta show them that we love. We can't, somebody showing that they love you and shit, then it's like it then just like push it off to the side. No, that's being, that's being messed up. That's not wise. So if somebody's showing you the love, you also have to show them the love right back. It's like any questions? Anybody got comments, concerns? It's like let's see. So like, do y'all see it on the feed on Facebook? Or it might just be on YouTube. It's like it. Oh, you see it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, come the water. Is there any comments in it Oh, you see it? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Facebook. Come the water. But yeah, man, it's in simpler terms, man, we just gotta, love each other and come back to the Most High law, statutes, commandments. Oh, Sluggy, go ahead.
Just like we were saying earlier about it, especially like in camp, you know what I'm saying? Like going into things like that, like when we go to camp, I said we can't have those feuds with each other like that's why like that verse, how it's built against itself shall stand, you know, and if we love the Lord, like the Lord say, we're gonna keep the commandments and love each other as brothers and sisters like we supposed to because we all need each other. Like yeah, if I got my brother to my right and we have that relationship in mind, like the Most High say, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about looking over my right shoulder. My
Right.
brother got my right shoulder. If I'm on his left shoulder, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to worry about his left. So the task at hand, when we out there giving the word, the brothers read, they know they can just focus on doing the duty and pulling our other brothers that lost up out of the world and out of that loss, and it makes the battle successful. You know what
Gone.
I'm saying? Now, if we going at each other, we got all this, and I feel like I can't trust my brother to the left or the right. We gonna be second guessing like in war. We ain't gonna know if we get like you said. We don't know if we can trust him. His brother might blow my head off. So you don't want to be like that. You know what I'm
Gone.
saying? That's confusing. No fire with that.
Gone. Now you
You know.
taking the full attention off the battle, and now
Yes,
you
sir.
got to put it in. Now you just might die twice. Salaya. Salaya. Uh, Salaya. Oh, shit.
Even what you was telling me earlier about like how even to the point where we have to have compassion when you telling me about break down like the really good stuff, even the thing between the man and the wife in the home, like how they did us and how they turned the slaves, light skinned, dark skinned slaves against each other, you know.
Gone.
And even we have to even realize that within our relationships and our brotherhood, you know. And I know you got more experience than I remember on it. I remember hearing about that stuff back when I was a lot younger. But like when you break that down to me earlier, and I'm like, man, yeah, we gotta really watch how we do stuff because we destroy it in a lot of ways. And even though I say even us as get into a relationship with the brothers and sisters, we gotta have a compassion with dealing with them because we've been destroyed in certain ways, and we gotta grow and get the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Bible says, "Study to show yourself approved," and know how to deliver the truth to each other. You know what I'm saying? And don't go outside of that because the world gives all kind of crippled, destroyed ways that you know what I'm saying. The world says it knows love, but it doesn't. It's all hate.
Gone.
So you
Right.
know, it's all destruction. You know, and yeah, we gotta really pay attention to what's going on and really love each other and give each other that time to express and then go back to the word and correct those expressions that they're off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gone.
And that's too. It's not just to check somebody or punk somebody and to get them into the truth. You know what I'm saying? To run their life like some
No.
dictatorship is putting people for the Lord. Because when you get that, when you under that correction and the law of the Lord, everything gonna run smooth. And that's what it's about. We will be at peace. We're gonna have problems in our home.
Right.
Everything will be like it's supposed to be, and not like the world. Like, you know, these days you see these relationships, everybody in drama. Like, everybody's supposed to drama. Everybody feel like they gotta have some drama going on.
Right.
That's not what a relationship is. That's dysfunctional at its best.
Right. And that
So,
ties into the Willie Lynch letter. Salaya. Because the Willie Lynch letter was talking about how it was a method for the slaves to turn basically any type of any type of differences that the slaves have, they will use it and turn it to try to make us fight against each other, to use it against us. So we could, we would have that hatred. They literally built us up with the hatred for one another, but to love them and to, to always, yes, master them, that ties in with a lot of that because we have to understand what that letter, what it represents and what it's really about and what it caused, because that letter itself caused our split between each other, and I don't think I don't believe a lot of people really know about that, you know. So it's like it's a whole bunch of confusion, and that with that, it's basically training up a slave how to do what the white man say and only what he say, you know. So like, yeah, let me see. But so like, we can have a dialogue if y'all want.
And so
Mm.
even following the white man system, sir, it's like it's crazy because people value the white man and put him up on a pedestal so high, but he's so dysfunctional. Like, he's like a big child.
Yeah,
When he don't get his way, you see what they do? They go load up pistols and kill kids.
of
They go
course.
load up pistols and kill women and all kinds of stuff for no reason.
Right,
Because
right.
just laws and just run with it.
God.
It's crazy. And this is what people call or think they want to listen to this man trying to tell you what brotherhood is. Trying to say all he do is use people, murder, kill, rape, steal. That's his whole MO since his beginning.
Created. God.
You
Since he
know,
was created, he all the oppressor wants to do is have us going against each other. But the Most High, he's telling us to not do that. You know, he's telling us to love each other. The total opposite of what our brain thinks. Literally, what we was taught. From growing up as a kid in elementary or something. Getting into fights. Just because somebody looked at you wrong in high school or something. We literally was raised to hate each other. We have to get out of that. We have to literally be brainwashed, wash all the wickedness out of your brain, wash all the oppressor's ways out of your brain, and come back to your 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 heritage, your nationality, your your natural state of mind, because that's what that letter said as well. It was talking about the natural state. Basically, it said kill or take the mind, leave the body, and that's big because that's we really don't know about our past. We really don't know that we was Hebrew Israelites, or that we was we're the children of the Most High. What they want us to think is that we're the seed of Ham, which we're not. We ain't no Africans. That's what we're not. So like if I get that scripture, let me see if I can pull it up, where it talks about he said the difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Sorry, what it says.
Khan, I believe so. Said the difference. Then people got to understand also we're gonna suffer, go through a lot of temptations. Especially when you're trying to do what the truth is, or what the truth say, and what the Bible say. You're trying to make a change. The demon is not just gonna come off you overnight. We have to literally keep at it and keep fighting, because these demons come at you, and they're gonna come at you heavy. They're gonna come at you tough, to where you not gonna want to bear. You're gonna want to go back into the world, and that's just no. That's a no go. So we're gonna suffer temptation when you're trying to love your brother. You're gonna be he might say something to offend you. Get over it. Don't be so feminine, man. Let me see. Oh, you got it. So like, go ahead, put that for me.
The book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Now the Lord put a difference between the Egyptians, which are Africans, and Israel, which is us. Why did he say he put a difference between Egypt and Israel, his children? Because we're the same complexion. The oppressor, he wants to make us think that's just because we're the same complexion, we're the we don't really look alike. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I see the differences. Maybe not everybody do, but just because we're the same complexion, that we are the same. The Bible is telling you that we're not the same. So if people, when have you ever seen an African? Whenever we go to have our little riots out in these streets, and the worldly riots and all that, when have you seen an African on the side of us marching right with us? And throughout history, never. So like it. So that should tell you it. That should tell you in itself. Even the Africans, they know that we are not the same. That's why they do not like us. They do not like us at all. They know we was just the people. And I'm be honest with you. I'm pretty sure they tired of us trying to take their name because they call themselves African, even though that's not their biblical name, but they call themselves African. And I'm pretty sure they don't want us being called African American because that's they know for a fact that's not who we are. That goes into brotherhood as well. We have to stick with each other and stop trying to always rely on the next nation, the next nationality, the next set of people. You will want to run so far away from your own people when you become into when you get into a problem, but you going right to the next set of people who don't even like you. People want to what is that Muslim? Salagi, what's that? The Muslims, Salagi, the religion. Yeah, Islam. There you go. People want to run to Islam. Want to worship. Another. It seems like our people always want to worship another man's god instead of worshiping our own. We have one God and one true God, and that's our own. But we fail to realize that everybody else is worshiping. To me, rock. No, I'm be honest with you. But we want to worship that rock just because everybody else is worshiping their rock. That doesn't make sense. When the Most High he reveals Himself to us all, or not all days like it, but every day. Just off of the things that we go through. Might be ups and might be downs. It says, when I suffers, Salaki. I'm paraphrasing, but it says, count it as joy when I suffers temptation. We're gonna be tempted to go back into the world. We're gonna be tempted to, you know, get mad at that at your brother, or go back to smoking weed, or smoking cigarettes. Or, we're gonna be tempted a lot. But it also says that you have to go through these things to become pure gold. You have to go through the fire to become pure gold. If I may, can you look that up for me? Uh, you go through the fire to become pure gold. So like, let me see. It should be. Let me see. Pretty sure I can find it.
First Peter 1.
First Peter. Let's see. Get that with you. Let's see. Go ahead and read that for me. It's like it.
The book of First Peter, chapter 1 and verse 7. That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ.
Now we're gonna be tried with fire. We're gonna, go through a whole bunch of things with the rent, with cars, with just our oppression period, our oppression period. We have to get over that. We have to, go through it, and then I don't think that's the one that I wanted, but it's a good one. We have to go through it, and then we have to, just deal with it, and get better, because we can't. For our weapons is not carnal. We can't fight, our oppressor with his type of weapon. We just won't be able to win. We have to literally get our weapon back, which is King Slaggy, the Most High's book, His Word, our last law, statutes, and commandments that was only given to us. We have to regain that and literally go through the fire again, because that's what it takes to get to the kingdom. We have to, go through the fire to become pure gold. Slaggy, I'm gonna look for it right now. Oh, okay, go ahead. Oh, that sound familiar. Go ahead. Let me see.
Now bring the third part to the fire, and you will find them as silver as refined. And I will try them as gold is tried. They shall come on my name.
It's like but I'll probably bring it up on another class. It's no sweat. But yeah, man, we got to literally go through we have to suffer. We have to, suffer, and we have to hold. hold strong to this truth. We have to hold strong to it because a lot of men, a lot of people are getting weak. You know, and it's not getting weak as in oh yeah, like fighting or anything, but it's getting weak as in weak in spirit. You know, because once again, and like all the time, we have been lied to. To basically once we start complaining, they do a little bit of something to make us not complain. They might, we start complaining about us getting gunned down in the streets. Now, what they give you, Juneteenth. Now it's like we ain't never been gunned down a day in our life or something. That's what we have to hold on to our brotherhood because our brotherhood is the only people that's gonna see it. Our brotherhood is the only way we could get through this oppression and get through this battle is relying off of brotherhood. And I'm gonna go ahead and end the class early. And with that, that's my time.